Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, Hypnoacuity, and the 7 Ways Why podcast, presenting 7 Ways Why I'm of Love and Life. So as we begin this podcast, we're going to do a little exercise. It's with in and of. Now, I want you to say I-N, out loud, and what do you feel in your body and all over it. And you're going to feel whatever you feel. It's there's no right, wrong, or anything, but what do you feel when you say in? Well, now I'm going to say out loud of. Say of out loud. Now what do you feel? For me, I felt nothing when I said in. I just felt kind of bland. But when I said of, I felt a flow. And that is, of is an omniscient flow of energy through you. In, which it's really a narrow-minded focus on what's already going on in your life. And the more you can rise out of think and know and all the words that just stay above here, the more you open up to the now. Because when I say in, I really shut down. But when I say of, because in, you're in the thick of it. Of, you're above it, and you're kind of just hovering around it. And when I say of, I felt my core rising up through my chakras, my spine, to entertain my brain, of feeling omniscient flow, of liberated, optimistic will thrills. Excites my voyager verb to relish, embellish my daily encounters, events, experiences, hearken, and everything I hearkened out of my everywhere dares of my intuitive sculptor, artistically designing my love, my of love lifestyle. Love is liberating optimism, visionary energy. Life is liberating invitations, fostering emancipating events, encounters, and experiences. We expand out of our past through our daily life because we encompass it. And see, we once the event's over, the past is gone. But see, what happens is our frozen in time representations when our subconscious mind get triggered, instigated, whatever word you want to use, but activated from our daily life. And then once them are triggered or activated, we basically go back to whatever time that representation in the subconscious mind is. And I-N is thinking, concentrating on one thing with a narrow-minded muckety-muck of my immaturities, fear, and insecurities. See, that's one thing about the subconscious mind. We think it's this, but it's really just, it never understands time. Kind of like me some days. Never understand time. But I can unwind my divine by understanding my outside world instigates the memories of my past. And once the memories are instigated, that controls your life. Even though we think it doesn't, it does. And one thing about it, positive thinking is a joke. Positive thinking, you will never rise out of anything. But when you open up the view, the inspirations, and express the inspiration and listen to the inspirations of your image desired outcomes, you're going to rise above, of and above. And you just kind of hover around your life and observe your life. It opens a bold, enterprising, revolutionary verb streaming energized wise through you. Now, it's one thing I understand now. Gandhi was a wise man. Smart people stay the same. They never understand the delicate daredevilries of our daily life. Because listening is being of life. Thinking and knowing is being in life. And the more you think and know, the more you're in the strife of your life. The more you're open of life and love, you lionize, optimistic verb, emancipating all your inner gunk. See, all the stuff we go through in self-help personal growth, we go, oh, that guy did this. All that is something within you. All that is showing you where you got to rise and shine and energize your audacity and courage to face and embrace that event with a facilitator foresight and a participant prowess to wow yourself out of it. That's something I really, really expanded into. And the morning it happened, it was funnier. I was driving down the road, and it was dark, and I was getting ready to go walk out in the desert. And I got that little voice said, the outside life is innocent. I got that, like, where is that little, proverbially words you want to call them? But it's actually the most preeminent thing I ever I hearkened. The outside world is just an instigator of our imagination, memories, and that. But really, when you have an unsavory event from some time in your life, you're gonna rise out of it by listening and communicating with your daily life today, because the same type of energy or same type of stagnating sabotage that caused the situation is aggravating the now. Everything we desire to do, to be of life, you're of the here and now. To be in life, you're in the past. Life occurs or life happens. Which one do you like? Life occurs, opening conscious clarity, unleashing revolutionary energy. Happens is something that's already over. And the world has been living in the happening happenstances of felons that control the world. The larcenous felons that control the world. The more I open up to listen, the more I understand what I think is going on. But when I listen to the liberating invitation streaming trailblazer energy, I naturally rise above it. Then I can question and listen to inspiration and question it. You got to question your life with a Harry Houdini hellraiser audacity. Because we are the Harry Houdinis of today. He was an escape artist. And really, everything you're blaming on the outside world, you're trying to escape from inside you. We put ourselves in our own inner cells of hell. Oh, yeah, but you're all second. I'm the best. I perfected that. Now I can laugh at it and make fun of it and get rid of it. If you have something unsavory in your life and you can get the courage and audacity, dress it up in a great big old spider in a clown suit, make it big old floppy legs, and let it go away. But if you can open up to laugh and make I don't want to say funny, but make it a humorous, be the humorous Harry Houdini and laugh at it. And, just laughing a little bit or giggling, it begins the liberation of yourself. See, this heal never happens because you're always thinking, oh, this. Liberation, your lionized internal boldness every day, realizing adventurous, trend-setting, innovative, omnific nerve chauffeurs you out of the situation. You always want to see yourself being chauffeured out of the situation. How does it feel to ride in your limousine of liberation and going down the road, just feeling and going down and feeling the sea breezes of life awaken you to who you are? See, we're so stuck. When you do self-help and you follow somebody's programs, you're trying so hard to be them, you never be yourself. So as I open up to this and I understand life is forever expanding me through something. It's my thinking and knowing, trying to imitate somebody else to get the same outcome makes me a sheeple. Then I get into the turdocracy, and then, oh, God. But when you're open to listening to your inner innovations, intuition, inspirations, and image the outcome, you liberate you from you. All this stuff that there's out there saying, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that. That's a lie. Are you open to listening to your own inspirations? Questioning your life, asking where's the wisdom, where's the insight, where's the path out? Never answers or solutions are right or wrong because they lock you into your cells of hell inside yourself. You think you know in your cells of hell. You listen, liberate, and question in your liminal carpet glide to be of your life and love. How does that feel to be of life and love? Does that feel liberating? Because that is liberating. But when you're trying to be in your life and you're trying to maneuver things, because the outside world is going to manipulate and maneuver you to wherever it wants you. Then when you start thinking about it, you end up wherever that is. But when you're of life and love, you're open, you're omniscient, flowing energy, and enterprising prowess to color your world with your dreamer's dexterity and your autonomous artistry. You are the sculptor of your life. You're the Michelangelo, or whatever your name is. I'm the Rob Angelo of my life. I sculpt and color mine my way. Because whatever the outside world is trying to show you, it's trying to manipulate you into being a follower of somebody else's ideas and way of life. Education is a manipulator. It's a foundation to get started. But when you start taking it as an absolute, it becomes a manipulator. And you get afraid and be afraid of everything beyond the education. I caught myself doing that. And see, today, the world has got its challenges, but them challenges are invitations for us to rise out of our ancestors' anguish. If you really get honest and really get into the noality of life and the veracity of life, you can see we still live in our ancestors' way of life in a lot of ways, especially in the higher end of this, especially up in the wealthy end of it, because they think they own the people like you and me. And there isn't, people say I have a business, but a business can never communicate. People communicate. And how does people think they have a business become arrogant and think they're better than the people? And to me, in the real world, if people got to charge, for everything you do, and all the time you have to go back and redo things because of the computers, businesses would owe people. Because whenever you do something, it never takes the first time because they don't have it in one system. They got it in 30 other systems. See, it isn't like it was a handshake, a direct deal on a sheet of paper. And that sheet of paper now is within me. It's my savvy Hellraiser energy expanding today. See, that's why when you're of life, you get out of your ancestor anguish and your parents' anger and all that other things. Because I caught myself, and this is an absolute veracity. I was doing things exactly like my parents. Oh, it was a different version, but it was basically down there with them. So when you can open up to admit to that, you can get rid of it. And then you turn it in, then you open up to a picturesque awakening to your own autonomous wisdom. One thing about education, the knowledge we're using is all used and invigorated or instigated and ingrained in us from somebody else. See, that's why wisdom, inspiration, innovation, intuition, it's all natural acumen. See, we've been taught to live through imitation of intelligence through an education system. The education system is an imitation of intelligence. Artificial intelligence is an imitation. All that is showing us money. I use AI, not very much, but I do. But artificial intelligence is what other people want us to know and do. And you remember watching them 60s movies where they had them kind of people take over the world? Getting kind of spooky if you look at me. And we used to have them 1960 movies with the mad scientist. Sorry, I shouldn't use this, but that's Bill Gates to me today. And several other people, but he looks like it. But you know, the thing is, everything we got going on, we're never of it. We're in it. And see, an anger and fight and war on this and conquer this, we're always in the battle. When you're of it, your omniscient foresight, illuminating the dark with your wisdom, insight, clarity, and your hairy Houdini hellraiser tenacity to look at that and say, there is the path of the other way. See, instead of looking for answers and solutions, be of the situation so you can question it, listen to it, question it, and image the inspirations that'll show for you through it. Then comprehend it. Use your cowboy up wisdom to witness the inner rising revelations. Just rise out of the situation. See, I let go of shift and all that stuff because shift, you're in the situation. You're open for everything to rise you out of it. See, everything I've learned in self-help, personal growth, and all that stuff, and all the seminars I went to, it's very binding into what other people think you should do. And to me, self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, and most psychology written stuff, that's just an extension of the education system and the third world enslaving business mindset of the world. We actually live in our ancestors' mindsets and the third world business mindset from our ancestors. When you open up to that and understand that, you can start the path and the rise out of it. Because when you're in something, you shut off all free-flowing energy, keeping the conscious and subconscious minds wound and bound inside the boundaries of your thinking, knowing, knowledge. Subconscious mind frozen in time, emotions, feelings, and events. And them are the representations you live your life by. And they're all from yesterday. See, intuition, imagination, innovation, spirit prowess are all present moment energy for you to rise out of yourself. Everything is a free-flowing energy, but when you start thinking of it, you're stuck in the muck. When you listen to liberate internal savvy, you tantalize the energy to naturally rise out of the situation. So as I rose out of yesterday's experiences to understand exhilarates omniscient festivities, celebrating sovereign liberation, politically incorrect inspiration, autonomous expansion, cowboy wisdom, energizes inner rising revelations. If you rise out of thoughts and open up to revelations, the thinking memory mind is never knotted up in yesterday's BS. And see, like trauma, drama, and all that stuff, that's a subconscious mind comfort zone. See, actually, they try to get you to tolerate your comfort zone. I went to a body psychology class, and they was always talking about a window of toleration. There's never talking about liberation. Liberation rises you out of anything, and you stop tolerating anything to feel the autonomous audacity of yourself to look life in the eye with an enterprising wizardry and a campaigner's curiosity to understand this is occurring for me to rise out of my yesterdays. See, something I understand about self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, it never lets you out of the past. It always tries to heal the past, but the memories and the images never go away. Well, with liberation, sovereign liberation, politically incorrect inspiration that communicates away and shreds the socialized perfection programming to allow you to rise of your own rebellious energy. See, everybody makes fun of hellraisers and troublemakers, but they're the ones that rise they're the ones that do away with situations. As my inner rising revelation streams, spirit temerity, revolutionizing, endeavoring acuity. Acuity is vision, inspiration, and listening. Marveling my hairy Houdini wizardry to liberate me from me and to rise onto my paths of enlightenment, smooths my trails of triumph as I rose out of being in life to feel and observe I am of life and love, to grasp. In life is being imprisoned, of life is being omniscient flow. So I am of life and love, optimized, facilitates leisure invitations, facilitating exquisite fun of the sun's splendor to be my way of life. As I am of and above, as an observer of my omniscient fluency, feeling love unsheathed, a brilliant nirvana within me, celebrating my yazadazing abundance of love, fun, wealthy health, healthy wealth, prestige, peace, and endless flow of financial freedom. Now and forevermore I soar of love and life. Stop being in anything, to be of everything, be in the optimistic flow. How does that feel? Oh, optimistic flow, omniscient flow. Something I've really expanded into for myself. Now, I can only talk about myself, but I stopped using change on all that. I opened up to saying flow for everything. I'm always in the flow of the outcome. I'm in the flow of love. I'm just in the flow of sovereign liberation. The flow of liberation allows me to rise above it and feel the enterprising wizardry of me, sets me free. That's what this is. So when you say now we'll do the little, oh man, I just went blank. Do the little exercise we did at the beginning. Now say in out loud, and what do you feel? Whatever you feel is what you feel. Okay. Now say of, and what do you feel? Me, I feel a flow with of. In, I feel in the dim and darkness of life. So of and above, it opens my omniscient freedom within myself. And I am Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, Hypno Acuity. And may your life always flow of lavish abundances. Anyway, so as we let this go, well, I can't get my computer to shut down. Oh, come on.